I'm Melissa Dusenberry, founder of All the Brilliance. Joining us in New York is our changemaker, Sophie Hollingsworth. She's an extraordinary woman doing extraordinary things in the world, and she's going to share with us a story about her special boar tusk, and she's going to tell us her jewelry story. And Sophie, I turn it over to you.
Thank you, Melissa. It is such a pleasure to be joining you and working with All the Brilliance. I am Captain Sophie. I'm an explorer and a water advocate, and this is my favorite piece of jewelry. It is a sacred pig tusk from the Republic of Vanuatu, which is an archipelago just off the coast of Australia. I was working there to help conduct the first ethnographic documentation of a tribe of female chiefs that had never been documented before. So within the Ni Vanuatu culture, these tusks are actually part of the currency, so they don't have a cash economy. It's mainly a barter currency on some of these really remote islands, and so this is actually sort of like having a $100 bill.
That's amazing. Well, that's how a lot of assets like shells and tusks were back in the day.
Exactly.
So that hasn't changed, which is very interesting.
Exactly.
So tell us how this lovely tusk actually got into your hands.
So this is actually from the northern part of Vanuatu, and this is actually two tusks that are joined here in the middle. So the most sacred tusks that are reserved exclusively for ranking chiefs and notari, which is the female version of chiefs, those tusks would be actually a full circle. And so when they're growing on the pig, it actually grows back through the pig's skull. And the pigs have to be hand-fed. So these are very prominent pigs within the culture. They're entirely sacred, being hand-fed by humans. So it's a fascinating cultural practice. And in Vanuatu, the tusks are actually not as often worn by women as necklaces, but they're actually worn as bracelets or sort of like armbands.
Kind of like Torques were.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah. So.
Which makes sense because they are sort of an open piece of jewelry.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it's fascinating to see all the parallels between these indigenous communities' fashion and what we have here in New York City.
Well, I have to say, I have seen so many photographs and videos of you with this tusk, so clearly it travels well.
The tusk travels all over the place.
And it really does tell something extraordinary about what's important to you and your values, as much as it really is a wonderful tradition of, how this value system within this culture is kept alive, which I think is really quite extraordinary and something that's very important to All the Brilliance. It's to create these, opportunities for us to really reconnect with not only our ancestors, but also things that are important to us today.
Entirely, yes. Well, it's, I think, really interesting about these tusks and these cultures are that they're not sort of leftovers of a bygone era, but they're modern men and women that are fiercely defending their way of life and proving that, there's other ways, other fashions, and sort of interacting with the earth.
Well, thank you so much, Sophie, for sharing this incredible story.
Thank you, Melissa.
And I'm so delighted that you took the time to visit us.
Absolutely.
Thank you.